Top 5 Heart attack symptoms a month before you should never ignore. Anyone could be having a heart attack without even realizing it. You, me, or someone close to you. Because not every heart attack symptom shows up as crushing chest pain. Sometimes the warning signs of a heart attack are much more subtle. It could be a result of fatigue, shortness of breath, or even bloating. Things we tend to dismiss as usual until it's too late. Every year in the United States, over 8,000 people suffer a heart attack, and nearly half of them never even make it to the emergency room. They pass away suddenly, but the truth is their bodies had already sent out warnings. The early warning signs of a heart attack can appear weeks, sometimes even months in advance. The problem is they're often too vague, too ordinary to sound the alarm. Fatigue, shortness of breath, mild chest discomfort, cold sweats, even what feels like simple heartburn. All of these can be heart attack symptoms, but most people mistake them for issues like indigestion, anxiety, or just a rough night's sleep. In this video, you'll learn the 5 most common signs that can show up before a heart attack. They don't come screaming like sirens, but if you recognize them and act fast, they could be the very thing that saves your life or the life of someone you love from a tragic ending no one ever sees coming. Sign 1. Persistent fatigue even without physical exertion. You wake up after a full night's sleep but still feel completely drained. Simple things like making your bed, getting dressed, or brewing coffee suddenly feel like a heavy lift. You haven't done anything physically demanding, you're not running a fever, and you're not sleep deprived. Yet for days, your body feels weighed down and sluggish. This is one of the most common heart attack symptoms, but also one of the most overlooked. It doesn't cause pain, it doesn't make you faint. So most people just assume they're feeling a little weak, maybe low on iron, or just stressed from work. But in reality, when the heart starts to lose strength, it can no longer pump enough oxygen-rich blood to your organs, especially your brain and muscles. That leads to feeling slow, tired, mentally foggy, and physically unmotivated. Studies show that women, especially those over the age of 50, often experience this profound, lasting fatigue for weeks before a heart attack occurs. But because there's no chest pain, they usually just take more vitamins or blame it on poor sleep. If you or someone close to you feels exhausted for no apparent reason, don't take it lightly. When that drained feeling returns day after day, even without doing much, it's not just ordinary tiredness. It could be an early warning sign of a heart attack your body is trying to send before it's too late. Sign 2. Mild shortness of breath, especially when lying down or speaking. You lie down to sleep and suddenly feel a tightness in your chest, needing to take a deep breath. You're having a normal conversation. Then suddenly, you're gasping for air mid-sentence. You take just a few steps from the living room to the kitchen and feel out of breath. These moments are often blamed on aging, being out of shape, or just feeling temporarily worn out. But the truth is, when your heart can no longer pump blood, efficiently fluid starts to build up in the lungs. This leads to that feeling of chest pressure, lack of air, and difficulty breathing. It is one of the more noticeable heart attack symptoms, especially if it happens when you're not doing anything physically demanding. Many people start stacking extra pillows to sleep, or end up sleeping upright just to breathe more easily, never realizing how serious that is. They take cold medicine rub on ointments, or just chalk it up to getting older. But mild shortness of breath, especially when lying down, is a sign that your lungs are not getting enough oxygen because the heart is growing weak. If left unchecked, this can quickly turn into pulmonary edema, a dangerous condition that can lead to death in just a few hours. So, if you or someone close to you has recently started experiencing shortness of breath while sleeping, walking lightly, or even during a conversation, do not ignore it. This could be an early warning sign of a heart attack that needs immediate attention. Your body is asking for help. Don't let it keep screaming in silence. Sign 3. A dull pressure, burning, or heaviness in the center of the chest. It's not a sharp stabbing pain like in the movies. Instead, you feel an unusual sensation in the center of your chest, maybe a bit of pressure heaviness or a dull ache, like someone's lightly pressing down on you. Sometimes that discomfort can spread up to your neck, into your left shoulder, or even down your back. It may only last a few minutes and then disappear, leading you to think it's just muscle strain or maybe indigestion. In reality, this is one of the most common heart attack symptoms and also one of the most frequently overlooked, especially in middle-aged adults, women, and older individuals. Unlike what we often see in films, real-life heart attack signs can be vague and quiet. That's what makes them dangerous. They don't always come with dramatic chest pain. Sometimes it's just a subtle feeling that something isn't right. This discomfort is often caused by the most common cause of heart attack, a buildup of plaque in the coronary arteries that restricts blood flow to the heart. When the heart muscle doesn't get enough oxygen, it sends out a warning through that pressure burning sensation or the feeling of being squeezed. Women in particular may not feel the classic chest pain that men do. Instead, they might just feel tired, nauseated, or experience discomfort in the back. That's why heart attack symptoms in women are often misdiagnosed or missed entirely. So, if you notice any kind of chest discomfort, no matter how mild, especially when you're moving around, feeling emotional, or winding down at night, do not ignore it. This could be a warning sign of a heart attack, and catching it early could give you the chance to save your life. Sign 4. Persistent digestive issues that have nothing to do with your stomach. You feel bloated, burp often, or have a burning sensation in your upper abdomen after eating. Sometimes there's nausea, a lack of appetite, or a feeling of being full even though you haven't eaten much. All of this might make you think it's just your digestion acting up. But if these symptoms stick around and don't improve with antacids or stomach medication, it's time to think again. Many people who have experienced a heart attack described their early symptoms as nothing more than indigestion or acid reflux. This is especially common among older adults, women, and people with pre-existing health conditions. For them, heart attack symptoms may not show up in the chest at all. Instead, they show up as heartburn, discomfort in the stomach, or mild nausea. Why does this happen? When the heart is too weak to pump blood effectively, the digestive system receives less circulation, which affects how the stomach and intestines work. That full bloated feeling isn't from food, it's because your gut doesn't have enough blood flow to function normally. This is one of the most commonly overlooked heart attack symptoms in women because no one expects a heart attack to disguise itself as a digestion problem. So, if you or someone you love has been dealing with ongoing digestive issues that don't respond to diet changes or medication, and especially if they come with fatigue, shortness of breath, or even mild chest discomfort, don't brush it off. It could be a warning sign of a heart attack, and ignoring it might mean missing your one chance to prevent something far worse. Sign 5. Cold sweats that appear out of nowhere when your body sends a silent alarm. You're sitting still, not doing anything physically demanding, yet your forehead is damp with sweat. Your hands and feet are cold. A sudden chill runs down your spine. There's no fever, the room temperature is normal. You tell yourself it's just stress, or maybe the weather, but this could actually be your heart's final warning. In many cases, a heart attack doesn't start with sharp chest pain. Instead, it begins with a wave of cold sweat that won't let up, often accompanied by anxiety, nausea, or lightheadedness. This is your sympathetic nervous system kicking in, reacting to a severe lack of oxygen in the heart. The body starts sweating to cool down and tries to redirect blood to your most vital organs. It's a quiet, desperate survival response. What makes this especially dangerous is how easy it is to mistake it for something mild like a cold dehydration or simple fatigue. But in reality, it is one of the most common early warning signs of a heart attack, especially in older adults. The risk is even higher for people with a history of high blood pressure, diabetes, or high cholesterol. You don't need to have all 5 signs to be concerned. If just 2 or 3 of them show up around the same time, especially if they keep coming back day after day, that's a serious signal your body is sending. Don't wait for crushing chest pain to take action. Many heart attacks don't start with obvious chest discomfort. Acting early could save your life or the life of someone you love. When you feel constant, unexplained fatigue, get winded, after just a few steps, have trouble sleeping. Because of chest tightness, feel bloated for days, or suddenly break into cold sweats with chills. That's not random. That is your body's survival system setting off its final alarm. Listen to it, because these could be early warning signs of a heart attack, and recognizing them in time could mean everything. According to statistics, nearly 50% of deaths from heart attacks happen outside of a hospital. That means the person never made it to a safe place in time for help. And the most common reason they didn't believe they were in danger. They thought they were just tired, just stressed, or maybe dealing with indigestion. Don't let denial steal your chance to live. If you suspect something is wrong, get checked as soon as possible. Tests you can request include an electrocardiogram (ECG), an echocardiogram, a troponin blood test, blood pressure monitoring, cholesterol screening, and a blood sugar check. These tests are simple, non-invasive, and can detect risk factors even before heart attack symptoms become obvious. Share this video with your family and your friends, especially anyone over 40 or those with high blood pressure, diabetes, or high cholesterol. These are high-risk individuals who may not recognize the early warning signs of a heart attack until it's too late. And if you've experienced one or more of these symptoms, share your story in the comments. Your experience might just help someone else wake up and take action in time. A healthy heart is the foundation for a full life. Listen to your body. Take care of your heart every single day, because good health today is your future tomorrow.